Welcome back to CareWorks RN. We are here today to talk about vacation approved travel kits. And so these kits will make sure that as you're packing all of your fun clothing and all of the things that you think you need, that you don't forget those first aid items that you might need as you travel. So I'm just going to go through a few of them for you. You can just have yourself a bag, a plastic bag, see-through bag is what we recommend because TSA frequently wants to go through your things. But have a couple of pair of disposable gloves. You never know when someone's going to get cut or you need to apply pressure over some sort of bleeding. Also recommend these little throwaway cups, 5 ounces, maybe just 2 of them, and they're easily packaged where you can take your disposable gloves and you can just toss them in there. And that way, in the event that you need some water or you need some sort of, be able to pour some water on an abrasion or a wound that you happen to get, this would be a nice tool to have. In addition, hand sanitizer, of course it's everywhere since COVID, but you can have one of your own hand sanitizers, really small. It's less than an ounce, so of course it's TSA approved, and you just put it on your hands and wash your hands off. The key with hand sanitizer is make sure that you let your hands air dry. None of that blowing on it or none of that kind of shaking, none of that, but put some on and let it air dry, and it'll do that pretty quickly because it's alcohol based. Another item that you want to make certain that you have is a couple of disposable masks. What we did learn through COVID is that these masks are really helpful in protecting us, especially from respiratory illnesses. And so you might find yourself someplace where, you know, everybody else on the, say, the excursion cart or something is coughing and sneezing. Well, you can just toss this on. Nobody is going to be offended because people don't know you. So these are really good to still have just in case you happen to need them. If you think about it right now, everybody knows somebody who's had a cold since we've taken off the mask because of the pandemic coming to an end. So the masks are really helpful in helping to protect us from respiratory illnesses. Also recommend some Band-Aids, various sizes, whatever brand that you want. This size is always really good. You never know when you're going to get a nick or a skin tear or splinter or something like that. So that would just help you out there. These alcohol preps. These are really good to have because sometimes you don't have anything to clean a wound with. However, you can always resort to these. Again, TSA won't bother you about them because it's not liquid. It's going to hurt like heck when you try to use that on an open area, but at least it will be free from any type of pathogen. Along with that, you would want to get some sort of triple antibiotic ointment, Neosporin, whatever drugstore brand, bacitracin, something like that, because that little ointment might be helpful if you have a cut that's open and you require some sort of antibiotic ointment to help with the healing process. Now, sometimes we end up really big wounds as we travel. Whoops. And so I want to bring to your attention that you can get something like female sanitary pads. They are really, really absorbent. We all know what they're used for, but they really come in handy in the event someone has a really big bleeding sore or nosebleed or anything like that. They are really helpful. Also recommend some sort of first aid tape. This one is a transparent tape, but also anything like a paper tape or some sort of adhesive will be helpful just in the event that you do end up with a bad opening. They also have these over-the-counter sting-free agents that are really small. I don't have one here with me, but just in case you're bit by insect, you just apply that on your skin and you're able to remove a stinger, or you're able to at least give yourself some relief from a bug bite. So that would be helpful. And then finally, we'd say sunscreen. Sunscreen is really, really important, especially if you're traveling to a country on an island where you're a little closer to the equator and your body's just not used to that level of UV rays coming from the sun. That it would be a good recommendation. We're going to do a separate video on staying sun safe and water safe as you travel, but those are just a few items to be aware of and take with you. So happy travels, safe travels, and make certain that you carry your first aid kit with you.